I went along to BreastScreen SA, it was a week before Christmas, and it was a regular mammogram, so I've had lots of these over the years. For the very first time, there was an indicator, and so I was called back in for further testing. And Christmas Eve, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. I just felt like my head was going to explode, really, this shock. It was a very difficult thing because I was the only parent for my 2 children.
I first found out about Mum getting diagnosed when she got a letter saying that she had to come back after her mammogram. I was obviously pretty upset. You know, our family is really close. Having said that, it had been detected quite early, and that gave us a lot of optimism in terms of how she'd be able to deal with it.
I had chemotherapy shortly after my operation, and then after that I had a course of radiotherapy. So I now have a more than 98% chance of surviving for the next 10 years. Had I put that off and been another year, it would have been a very different outlook for me.
It really scares me sometimes to think about what would have happened if Mum hadn't had her regular mammogram. We're really lucky with breast cancer that it's one of very few cancers that you can pick up early through a very, very simple method. You know, Mum always puts herself last, and the one time when that's absolutely not acceptable is when it comes to her health.
You have to put yourself first, not just for yourself, but for the sake of your family, and you can't look after your family if you're not there.
So often we'll hear people say, well, I don't have time to exercise, I don't have time to cook a good meal, I don't have time to go to the doctors and have my tests. It's important to have a regular mammogram, maybe 10 minutes for the process. It's referred to as uncomfortable, but nowadays it's barely uncomfortable. And I just always kept thinking, I'm so glad I live in Australia and I have this easy access. I have a great future to look forward to. My oncologist said to me the last day I saw him, go out and enjoy life, Glynis, you're cured. I do appreciate a sunrise more than I used to. I do appreciate listening to birds more than I used to. And that's all because I went to BreastScreen SA at just the right time.